Hey guys, Ryan here. I wanted to do a really quick unboxing of a day one 2013 Xbox One. I've had this thing in storage for a long time. I bought it with the plans of playing games on it. I didn't buy it with the intent on collecting it. And then I started thinking like, oh, I'll just keep it as a collector's item. And then now I'm like, you know what? I don't really have time or the space for that. So, and I'm moving in a couple months, so I want to just get this out of the way now because I also want to get game footage of Metal Gear Solid 5 on the Xbox One. So I have 2 sealed copies. I have Ground Zeroes here and Phantom Pain here. These were incredibly cheap. I think I paid $20 for both. From separate listings. But anyways, so I wanted to do this. I would wait for I was gonna get a tripod because I used to have one, threw it out. It was kind of crap anyways, but I'm tired of waiting on getting one. I just have too much stuff going on right now in my life, so this is probably not going to come out well, and I apologize for that, but I wanted to document this. If not for curiosity's sake, if anybody wants to know what comes in one of these boxes, but also for my sake, because sometimes when I pull these things out, I forget when I put it all back in the box and throw it back in storage, I kind of forget where things go. So going back and viewing a video of it kind of helps me. So here it is, day one edition. Now, it does come with the Kinect sensor, but it's not required to, set up. So this is just going to be an unboxing. Show off the box. Unfortunately, this box doesn't have the box, like the game art and stuff on the back. So, yes, it is all scratched up. It wasn't like this when I bought it. I think I paid $320 for it a long time ago. They've probably gone down in price since. I'm not sure. But you can see the seals are still intact. It was in mint condition, and the strap, although the strap is broken, I got it like that. I know these things aren't valuable, which is also why I don't care to keep it sealed, because I know they aren't really worth anything anymore. You can buy these by the dozen now, sealed or unsealed. So, but yeah, it was in mint condition, but this black box unfortunately shows scratches really bad. The green box, the standard launch model box, not the day one, but the other ones, the non-limited edition ones, I guess. They're green, and they look a lot nicer, in my opinion. So I figured I'd show all the sides. It is glossy. By the way, the controller, I think, is the only thing that says Day 1 2013. I don't believe the console shows that, or the Kinect sensor, which is kind of strange. I also want to apologize for fan noise. It is really hot out today. I think it's somewhere in the close to 90 or close to 95. Alright, so upon first inspection, there's dust on it. There's the Xbox Kinect sensor. These things, from what I understand, are still used in commercial. Not actual Xbox Kinects, but the sensors in them are still used in commercial applications because they're like supposed to be really, really advanced. Let's see. What's this? Oh, it's just a piece of cardboard that lifts up. And we have the quick setup guide. Which has is that a sticker? Yep, a sticker. Hold on. We'll come back to those. So we have the headset. I don't think I've ever seen one of these. I don't know if they stopped including them in future Xbox consoles, like the what do you call it, the Xbox One S or One X, because I've never seen them included with any console, new or used. Then we have over here is the plug, the AC adapter. So here's the plug. It was laying like that. Turn it over. What's that twist tie look like? Oh, we'll have to take a look at that. That looks pretty gnarly. Alright. Cable's lying just like this. Figure of 8. Let's pull that out. I'm sorry I don't have a tripod. I really am. This is so annoying when people are doing it one-handed. It looks so amateur. Everything's like covered in plastic. It's awesome. How much power is this bad boy? 12 volt, 17.9 amps. 4.91 amps. Trying to understand the math. It's a lot. 12 volt. Oh. 12 volt at 17.9 amps. Wow, that's a lot, isn't it? I'll have to do the math later. So that's the power brick. It's pretty big. I would say it's still a bit smaller than the Xbox One. And then it's got this, I'm sorry, the Xbox 360. This thing, I think, is present on the Xbox 360, the E model. I could be wrong. If somebody wants to correct me, I have an Xbox I have the 360E, as well as the original. Actually, I have two originals. One's a Falcon, and one is a Jasper chip. No, I'm sorry. One's a Xenon, I believe. Anyways, those are just like the iterations, because they released like 5 of them, because it kept cooking itself from the inside out. But yeah, I think the E has an adapter. It looks just like that, but I don't think it's a brick, because I think they included it inside the... Anyways, the Xbox 360E, I should pull that out and do an unboxing. I don't have a brand new one, but I do have it like complete in box, and I should show that off because it's a beautiful console. They released it around the same time as the Xbox One, and they styled it after the Xbox One, so they look very identical, except smaller. Here's the Xbox One controller laying just like this on top of the HDMI cable. Ooh, I don't think I've seen one of those before. All right, let's get this guy out. All right, so inside the bottom of the little styrofoam baggie was the batteries. So it's 2 Duracells in styrofoam. These are probably getting up there in age, so I should replace them. I should use them and replace them. I do have Duracell copper tops I can replace it with. And here's the controller. So Day 1 2013. Beautiful. I will not be using this controller because I actually have... I think this is a different color. I don't think this is black, right? What is that, like a sparkly gray? Anyways, micro USB. USB-C wasn't around yet on these controllers. Anyways, I have a Xbox One controller with the exact... From around... I think it was actually 2015. But around the time of the original Xbox One still being around, I have one of those kicking around. I will use that. But I will use these batteries and then replace them. And in case you're wondering, these are the Duracells that came with it. Alkaline AA. March 2019. Oof. These probably won't... These might not draw any then. But they are the OEM type original equipment accessories. Ooh, what's this? Ooh, manufactured August of 2013. That's sick. Okay, so this is the controller I will be using. And we pop those batteries in. Let's try it out. Oh, yep. It's not going to connect to anything because the computer's off, but we do have power, so they do work. Perfect. And I'll be replacing the stock batteries with some of these Duracells. Alright. New batteries are back in the package, like the originals. Now the controller is back in its package as well. So we have the HDMI cable. Again, was laying like this. And I think this is the same cable they kept throughout the Xbox One generations. I'd love to know if the Xbox Series S and X consoles come with the same cable. Obviously, probably HDMI 2.1 and not 2.0. Oh, one thing I just realized too, if you open up this flap back here, that's the cable for the Kinect. Wow, that is thick, man. That is some thick gauge cabling. That's crazy. Also, real quick, what I thought was like a kind of a rough looking twist was actually just two different twisties used. So there's one on the outside and one on the inside. So it's holding the main cord together. Now, if you get your fingers under here and lift the tray up, just like this is actually very similar to the Wii U, because it's two different trays. We have the console right there wrapped in styrofoam, black styrofoam at that. And styrofoam wrap, I should say. Not quite sure what they would call this. And then we have styrofoam here on the edges. So I found the missing piece to the end of that strap. I got glue that and cement so I can get it stuck back together. And one cool thing I noticed is the styrofoam is actually split in half. That's nifty. I actually really like that because it makes it a lot easier to put it, take it out and put it back together. And then we have the console right there. This is the front of the console facing out, I should say. Let's get, so we have, all right, let me get this on the table. Okay, so we have the wrap back here, stuck down with tape. This is always the tricky part, getting this stuff put back in. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to skip, and it will be out of the plastic. Actually, let me scratch that. I want to show this because I found it was easier than I thought it would be. It looks more complicated. So all you do, if you're trying to do this yourself, get it back together and back in the box, is you lift the tape up, the flap lifts up, and then the flap again is folded over, but it's also folded here. At least this one is. I don't know if future ones are like that. So it's folded here, and then it folds over like that. Then you have it's split in half here, and then these literally are just like a Christmas present wrapping, similar. And so the front of the console was facing out. And we got it out. So getting it out was not difficult at all. But getting the plastic back in without any issues was kind of tricky. So we have, I'm trying to do this without scratching, because these things with that gloss is very easy to scratch. You know, obviously there's the front, there's the disc console. I love the Xbox One, the original model. I think it's one of the most beautiful console designs ever. It still to this day looks like a slick piece of hi-fi equipment. So just going across, we have Ethernet, we have the IR out. I believe that's the connect to USB 3.0 ports. HDMI in, so that's from your cable box, because you can connect your cable box to the Xbox One and use it as a DVR. Digital optical toss link for soundbars to HDMI out to TV, and the power plug. So I'm gonna get this hooked up, and oh, I hit a button by accident and kind of erased stopped the video, and I still wanted to show this stuff off. So this is the paperwork that comes with it. So you have a quick setup guide, you have a special code for day one achievement. So I think this is exclusive to this bundle. It just shows that you got a console on day one, which I didn't. And then on the flip side of this, which is just an advertisement for a second controller and a play and charge kit, is a code for a 2-week trial to Xbox Live Gold. You also get a sticker, and you have your warranty information. Opening up the quick setup guide, we have the contents. This is the same one that comes with all consoles, because it does not tell you which controller that is. It's just a basic controller. As opposed to on the side of the box, it says day one wireless controller. Have full hints. 720p or higher HDMI compatible TV is required. It will not work with component or composite cables. That's interesting. For the best entertainment experience, connect your cable satellite box to the console's HDMI in port. Reuse your existing HDMI cable to connect to the console. If your Connect sensor is not working, make sure it's connected to the console. Place 2 feet to 6 feet above the floor. Has the plastic film removed. If your controller does not connect, do not place anything on top of the console. And then different languages. Oh no, let's move this over here. Alright. Recommended setup for live TV and video content. Again, I'm going to set this up now without a Connect. Get Xbox Live Gold. Do they even call it Xbox Live Gold anymore? Or is it just called Play Pass? This one is 1B. Alternate setup without a cable or satellite box. Set up your living space. 6 foot maximum off the floor. 2 feet. 2 feet. 6 feet. 4 feet away, or 4 feet away from you. Higher Connect placement recommended. Make sure your Connect is on a stable. By the way, I think they still sold. Also, yes, you are not supposed to stand it up on its side. They didn't sell vertical stands, and I believe it will break it if you try and sit it up vertically. But I mean, it doesn't. It's meant to look good horizontal. Did they sell a stand for the Kinect sensor? I believe they did. Controller in the bottom, or sorry, headset in the bottom of the controller. And follow on-screen instructions and connect to the internet. So, all right, let's get this baby set up.